Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Tina. So today we are going to be making a hot pepper relish recipe. This particular recipe does call for a green and red bell pepper. I only have two green peppers, and then it calls for jalapenos. I have one. On the National Center of Home Food Preservation site, they did say that depending on the heat intensity you prefer, you can swap out any pepper for your canning project. And I have these hot lemon peppers. I did look up the other day before I harvested these just how spicy they are. And I don't remember the Scoville level. I can add it to the video, but I guess they're like ridiculously hot. So we'll see. So I do have my water bath started over here already with my jars in it because this is a hot pack method. So I'm going to glove up and start chopping our peppers. The recipe calls for 3 total cups of finely chopped green and red bell peppers. I didn't realize it at the time that I read the instructions wrong, so I initially only chopped up 1.5 cups, but then once I realized, hey Tina, you kind of read the instructions wrong, I did end up chopping another 1.5 cups and adding it to the saucepan as well. Okay, because I'm super curious, we're gonna see just how spicy this pepper is. Like, you can barely even see how tiny it is. And I don't smell spice, but whoa. Okay, spice. So I just gave myself about 5 minutes to chug my coffee, and this hot lemon pepper is no joke, it's hot. It may not be as hot for some. I just like a little bit of spice, like jalapeno is good. The green ones, because I guess the red ones are spicier. So for this recipe, it says to use 1 cup of finely chopped jalapenos. And because I'm using this hot lemon pepper, I may actually cut that down to like a half a cup. And then because you can replace peppers with other peppers, I'm just going to add more of the green pepper. So yeah, back to chopping. Because I did find this hot lemon pepper to be a little too spicy for my liking, I did try to remove every bit of membrane and seed that I possibly could. I also tried to chop them as small as I possibly could. I wanted to pull out my little 1 cup food processor, but I was afraid that because they are much spicier than a jalapeno, that the spice would somehow soak into the plastic and get stuck in there. So I just chopped away. So a little update on the shopping. I got a new glove and my shades. I think I chopped a little too fast and the juice went right in the eyeball. Didn't feel so good. So now we're chopping in style. All right, so all of our peppers are chopped. The mouth burn is gone. The eyeball burn is gone. So we're going to start assembling our mixture. So we have 1.5 cups of peppers, just green peppers. And because mine were so big, I actually have extra, which we'll either snack on later or there's only about 3/4 of a cup of the hot lemon pepper in here. So I did chop up the 2 banana peppers, the jalapeno, and a little bit more green pepper. That way it equaled 1 full cup. Oopsie. And then to that, we'll just do it in here so I don't spill it everywhere. 1 cup of apple cider vinegar. Whoop. And then the recipe says to mix the pectin in with the prepared fruit or juice in the saucepan, but don't add the sugar yet. Okay, now that that's in, the instructions say to turn it on high heat, but my burner is huge. So we'll go medium high heat. And it says here to bring mixture to full rolling boil, a boil that doesn't stop bubbling when stirred. And then we'll add the sugar once that's done. All right, so we've made it to a full rolling boil that cannot be stirred down. So now we're going to add our 5 cups of sugar. Once this is all mixed in really well, we're going to bring it back to a rolling boil for 1 minute. All right, there's our rolling boil. So we're going to cut the heat and grab our jars. Oops. I would like to add, I would not recommend this at home at all. I cannot find my canning tongs to save my life, so we have to use regular tongs today. If you have to do what I'm doing today, I would just recommend use caution. I mean, it's not boiling water, but it's still hot water, and hot water still burns. And now we fill. Here I'm filling each jar to a 1/4 inch headspace. All right, so we do have extra. It's totally okay. We'll just pop this in the fridge and eat this first. So a little wipe off. This is why we wipe it off. Things happen, but that's okay. We'll just wipe it off really good. Wow, that's toasty. This way our lids seal properly. That's still fingertip tight, but they're hot. Okay, so now that our jars are filled, cleaned, lids on, rings on, they're going to go into our water bath. And once it comes up to a rolling boil, we'll pop the lid on and let it process for 10 minutes. Again, please do not use regular tongs. I have searched this house absolutely high and low. I definitely could have gone to the store and grabbed another pair, but I was already like knee deep into the process. I know that's no excuse, but that's all I got. And one last thing, so we don't have cloudy jars, just a touch of white vinegar. Turn this burner way up high. We'll see you in a minute. Sealed already. It's a good sign. Well, there we have it. 5 half-pint jars of hot pepper relish. I know you're probably asking yourself, Tino, why do you keep calling it a relish? It's a jam. Well, that's because that's what SURE-JELL calls it, so that's just what I'm going to call it. So I did go ahead and reread the instructions, and at the bottom here it says that any opened jars of jams or jelly can be refrigerated up to 3 weeks, which that's definitely not a problem for us. Now I did sneak a taste of that hot lemon pepper, and whew, that thing was hot. The juice got in my eye. That was ridiculously hot. But with the sugar, the apple cider vinegar, and the other peppers, it does tame it down a little bit. And like I said before, you can add the spiciest pepper you want, the least spicy pepper that you want. But right now, I'm going to go enjoy myself a pre-dinner snack. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you joining me in my kitchen today. So until I see you next time, be kind, eat well, and I'll see you in the next one. These are some stale crackers. Don't forget your tissues because your nose will run.